like this Robin S CD. Looks nice.
It's a little diddle.
Huh?
It's a little diddle. It's a little bop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the way it looks. I mean, I like the CD. Yeah, I like the music, but the way it looks is nice.
See, visuals are super important for music, and I didn't really get that for a minute until someone was like telling me, it was like I didn't want to listen to what Childish Gambino project was it where it was like supposed to be like the abstract like sunset over the water.
I know which one you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it.
I think it was like Honolulu, I think was the name. And like dude was like, yeah, I didn't want to listen to that. It didn't look entertaining. And I'm like, it's a music. It's a music. Close your eyes, listen. Right? Because that's the way my brain works. I'm like, yo, if you closed your eyes and listened, you would have had a fire experience. All right. 2 minutes in, we've gotten the bullshit off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, microphone check. 1, 2. What is this? It's ZDB.
1, 2.
It's ZDB the comic and Shadicstick, and we are back to business. You know, it's been about 2 weeks since y'all seen us.
Yeah, I mean, did y'all miss us?
I hope so. Today's topics will not be as heavy as last week's previous time's topic. The third one a little beefy. The first two a little light. You know, we got some gags this week.
Yeah,
we got some Gintama. You know, we're gonna start off with the gag humor. We're gonna finish it off with something a little serious.
Remember, I'm gonna give you the tearjerker at the end, man.
That's right, the tearjerker.
So, you started off, my dude.
I'll start it off. All right, your friends are dumb, and here's why. What a way to start off the week, huh? What a way to start off the episode. Your friends suck, and no one will explain to you why. Now, over the past 3 weeks, I wanted to make this the topic originally for last week to close out. That way, we would close out on just all haha funnies.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. I was like, let's just talk about people being toxic. I was like, toxic niggas. Thoughts? Alright. No, but like, seriously though, it's just different that people are, your friends and that they choose, not violence, but ignorance. You know, I've always been obligatory violence is my first option guy, right?
Yeah.
It's just the way I was raised. But then I met people who chose ignorance, which is totally different, right? You know, now when I went to go pop my shit, right?
Yeah.
I popped my shit with knowledge of what was happening, right? When I went to go talk my shit, I always got as much information as I could, and then I went to go talk my shit. Now, when you don't do those things, you look real fucking dumb. You look real fucking dumb. You look slow. You look like you need to be carried around to the bathroom.
You might need some milk.
Yeah, you might need an aid to guide you around in life. It's funny because like the smallest things will set a person off. All right. Like
I know what you mean. It's just so funny because you think about it, and you got the like smallest situation, and it's such a I've learned a new term over the course of the past like 6 months. Such a nothing burger. A nothing burger. A nothing burger.
I think I know what that is, and I'd like to use an example, right?
Go ahead.
The Jack and Daxter franchise after 2 and 3 is a nothing burger.
There isn't really anything after that except for like Jack X.
Exactly.
Those
No,
PSP
no,
games.
but think about it. Remember the sandwich I was talking about last time? You started off with a nice sourdough piece of bread, but then you realized you didn't have any more sourdough bread when you started making your sandwich. So, so what did you do with Jack and Daxter? I'm gonna throw some pickles on this peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I don't know why. I just feel hurting this not.
I've got nothing left to lose. You know, the Jack and Daxter one, that was a great fucking sandwich. But I have no more bread. So what I'm gonna do?
I feel like outside of Jack 1 and Jack X, little tangent here. I feel like outside of Jack 1 and Jack X, hot take,
Dexter.
hot take. I haven't played Dexter, so I can't say this. But I don't feel like the Jack and Daxter series is that good outside of the first game in Jack X,
which is the racer.
Yeah, and I don't rate Jack X like the other ones because it's a racing game.
Now we both know someone who, for some ungodly reason, thinks that the Jack games, all of them are good.
Are masterpieces.
Masterpiece. The first one, I'll give it. It's one of the best jump on blocks games I've ever played. Right. As my friend, Master of the Genki Dama, would describe it. You know. He's like, yo, I can't believe it's so hard for developers to make games where all you gotta do is jump on blocks and make it fun, right? Jack and Daxter. Bless you.
Balancing. What?
Ooh, not Balloon Paradise, Wonderland, whatever the name of the game is called. that real pretty looking game that apparently sucks. Not like this. What was I saying? I'm thinking about how bad, how mediocre Balloon is making me sad now, and I can't remember what I was saying. Oh wait, I got it. See, I'm gonna bring it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jack and Daxter 1, beautiful game, right? It's arguably one of the best jump on square games from like that generation of platformers. That isn't a Nintendo IP. I want to clarify that because that game I think is really overrated. Came out around the same time. Yeah. And while I think it is overrated, I cannot deny it's a great jump on square title. It's a great jump on. I can't deny it.
I can't get over this. We've devolved into saying platformers are jump on block game or jump on square game.
They are indeed jump on square games.
I mean that's what they are, but it's just like, oh no. But you know, not to tangent off too much. Continue what you were saying, if we even remember.
I was saying something about how the Jack franchise decided to turned into Grand Theft Auto for no reason.
Nothing burger.
Nothing burger. That we were talking about a nothing burger. See, that little tangent we had was the equivalent of Jack 2 and 3, which was nothing burgers. The games did not matter because you are your granddad, I guess. Spoiler! Sorry. Oops. Spoiler warning. You're your granddad in Jack for somehow.
That was gross.
Because time travel, and then like you were trying to smash your granddaughter, which was weird. Jack is a gross franchise. Jack 2 had no reason to become fucking Cyberpunk the Magic Edition.
You're not wrong. I totally agree. I think franchises like that they just need to like, those are like one of those one and done franchises. Maybe bring them back later in the future, but I always think of those franchises as one and done's, nothing more, nothing less. And sorry if I get louder or quieter or whatever.
Oh,
I
you're
have to
fine.
adjust my mic settings. But I feel like Sony dropped the ball in terms of, or Naughty Dog dropped the ball in terms of like that franchise, because I feel like it should have just ended with the first game. I don't know. That's me.
Maybe a second game where they go, this is where we try to like have Jack go help his friend get his body back.
Yeah.
Question mark. Because that never happens throughout the whole franchise, all 3 games. It just turns out that Daxter is now a member of the God race.
Yeah. I hate
and
that.
They don't really explore it until the final game for like 5 minutes. But then in order to get there, you have to get past 3 hoverboard fake Tony Hawk sections. By the way, highlights of the whole game. You have to get past 3 fake Tony Hawk sections, 1 ride the missile section. Oh my god, that section sucked so much. How are your controls loose and tight at the same time and they don't feel good? Oh snap, Shadicstick got the infinite. Co-host with the infinite. Easy TOD anyone could do.
But I think to go back to the your friends are dumb and here's why.
Oh, yeah, that whole conversation, nothing burger.
Nothing burger. I think it's one of those situations because at first you said this and I was like, I feel like I know what he's saying, but at the same time I don't know at all what he's saying. So I was just like, I think he's saying your friends, either they do dumb things, say dumb things, or you're friends with them for dumb reasons.
All of the above.
Or a combination of all of the above. Like, I think one of my friendships is literally based around meeting a guy and I had a Dragon Ball shirt on. And that's the entire friendship. One of my favorite friendships. Yeah. When I think about it, I'm like, dang, this is one of the dumbest friendships ever. It originated with me just having a Dragon Ball shirt on. And for the most part, us only sharing the common thing that we play the same instrument and we both, we both like Dragon Ball. I don't think we share common interests at all, none of that. But I think it's hilarious in the grand scheme of things. Or like, you just got friends that are stupid, bro. And sometimes you just gotta let that happen, man. Sometimes it's detrimental. Sometimes they're just dumb. Like, I feel like sometimes when friends are dumb and you know, it's not a detriment to anybody, you gotta let them be dumb. Because then they're just naturally existent and they're essentially just vibing. You know what I mean? People like that, I gotta let be because they just vibing. But people who just doing dumb things, saying dumb things to friends, for friends, or not for friends, against friends, I guess, whatever. I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know, creates toxicity. But, you know, when you got dumb friends, I don't know, life is a little bit better because they just be vibing. You vibe with them, and that's all it is. I don't know. I don't have a ton to say on this section because
it's a little confusing, and you sort of just got it. Sort of just sent these to you, so we're sort of winging it tonight. Yeah, no, but it's fine having dumb friends, but when friends are ignorant, see, flip this topic on its head, tee-hee. But when people are willfully ignorant or like choose to ignore facts, and you like want to deal with them, despite you knowing that dealing with them ain't good for you.
Ain't good for your mental, dog.
It ain't good for your mental, but here you are fighting for your fucking life. And I'm sitting here like, yo, I just talked to you. What you mean? Explain. I need you to explain to me because I don't get what you're doing right now. I don't understand what you just so happen to be doing. Can you explain it to me? Can you run it back? Can you say something? I'll talk to you later, big dog. Click. What? You're fighting ghost, shadow boxing.
I think it's worse when people create a problem with their friends and that problem just didn't exist at all.
You're telling me.
Like you said, shadow
I'm sit
boxing.
I'm sitting here like Phoenix Wright with all the evidence laid out on a wall with the red piece of yarn. I'm pinning it. I'm like, okay, so this connects to this. And then I wrap the string around a pin, and I'm like, all right, so where does me and this nigga connect? Because I'm doing the dots. And there's not a single line between us anywhere.
I think my biggest issue is like situations like that. Like I can't even be mad. You wanna know why? Because it just I instead of being mad, I just get confused. I'm like, why? Why did you create? Like people will create a situation in their head that
Like,
doesn't exist. They're like X Y Z. This must be and bippity boppity boo. This must be. It's like no,
they're doing like Power Rangers summons for creatures of the night.
bro. They read a they read
Rita
out here.
Repulsa, like, make this issue grow.
Like it's like why do you want the heat?
It's like,
You know what I mean?
you want the heat, but if you present the heat, if you walk up to the door, heat in hand, and you go, "What's the dealio?" For really though, and they go, "I have no idea what you're referring to, kind sir." I'm gonna smack the shit out you. Ooh, it's so hard to deal with though. But that's why they're your friend though, because sometimes you need just the little bit of mandatory stress in your life, which is a crazy fucking statement.
You gotta keep yourself on your toes. What do you mean?
Yeah. Come on. That was why your friends are dumb, and the reason behind it.
Oh my god. Gag manga right now.
It's a Gintama right now. You know, the episode about a man peeing himself in the bed. That's why I will never finish the show. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you everyone in the podcast why I won't ever finish Gintama. I was talking to this girl, right? And she was like, do you like gag manga? And I'm like, yeah, I watched Bobobo, I watched Psyche K. I'm sort of interested in the genre. I like it a lot. It's very enjoyable for me, right? And then she go, you should try Gintama. Here's a random episode, right? She gives me the episode, and the episode starts with this dude just laying in a pool of his piss, and the entire episode is about how he would rather sit in the pool. Like, he's on a mattress, by the way. He could just roll off and then deal with it, right? But the episode is about how he would rather deal with just lying there. How unproblematic his life is, lying in the pool, than getting up to actually deal with it. Which is, for a gag manga, one of the craziest things I had ever watched in my life, right? For most shows, that was like the bro. I finished Full Metal Alchemist when I was younger, and I'm like, yo, it can't get any crazier than this. And then I'm talking to this girl 2 years ago, and she sends me Gintama Piss in the Bed episode, and I'm like, how did they manage to go above and beyond, and yet keep this grounded?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't understand how that show has continued to air. I think it's on hiatus right now because they caught up to the manga.
Yeah.
But because the writer was just like, I'm going to end the series, and he kept saying that. He just never ended Gintama. He just kept not ending it.
That's like, the gag.
Oh god, but what was I gonna say? Like with Gintama, because you know Gintama is my favorite show.
I know.
I will tell you, it gets a lot wilder than that.
It gets wilder than that.
It gets wilder than that. I want to describe this episode, but I don't want you to get eviscerated on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
There's this one episode where because lay out the foundation again, Tama.
Mm-hmm.
The foundation of the world is it takes place during Edo period Japan. So it takes
Explains
place.
why everyone sort of dresses like that.
Yeah, so it's the golden age of samurai, right? Aliens land on the planet, dog. And essentially the aliens take over. They're the colonizers, dog.
Oh, they're the standard for like the Mongolians.
So
Wow.
they take over. I mean, they win. But there's this like one episode, and I think it's there's these screwdriver aliens, bro. And their goal is to turn everything into screwdrivers, dog. So slowly, people are becoming, some of the characters are becoming screwdrivers, or parts of them are becoming screwdrivers. I hope you can see where this is going.
Oh, no.
So our protagonist, let's say his screwdriver becomes a little bit more realistic this time around. Becomes a lot more reminiscent of an actual screwdriver. And the only way I can describe the end of the episode is his drill pierced the heavens and he saved the planet. That's a whole Gintama episode. It was a 3-episode arc, actually.
3 episodes?
I think it was like a whole 2 or 3 episodes, dog.
Well, speaking of episodes, turns out that the anime community is still in a constant state of crisis. Here
oh
we
my
go.
god.
Here we go. What a transition. Come on. All right. Black Clover's coming to an end, so the Boruto shills are on full attack. It's so much fun watching these factions war on Twitter all the time. As like an outsider looking in, I'm like, all of these people have history.
It's so funny because they're all just consuming garbage, you know? It's just like,
yeah,
bro.
I got through 5 episodes of Black Clover. I sat there and I was like, man, this show ass. And then I turned it off. Right? You know, if I think the first 3 episodes are bad, I will give the show a chance because maybe it turns up in episode 5, right?
Yeah. That's
what I did for Fire Force. I'm like, all right, these first 3 episodes are like pretty, but there's not really anything for me. Then I was like 4 and 5 were like really good, and then I just never finished it, and that was my fault and not the show's, right?
Yeah.
The same thing with Dr. Stone. Actually, no, I stopped watching Dr. Stone for a different reason, and people who will watch this are going to get mad at me. And it was, I think it was like actually episode like 5. I'm like, okay, I from the get-go, I'm like, I really like this show. I think it's super sick, right? Yeah. And like then they meet like the muscle bound dude, and he goes to snap dude. I forget what his name is. It's been so long since I've watched Dr. Stone.
You good?
Well, he goes to the dude that they found, the big muscular dude. He goes to snap the protagonist's neck, and then the episode ends, and I go, I'm not watching this anymore, because I knew he wasn't gonna die there. And I'm like, why would I be worried? I'm like, he screams, I'm 1,000,000,000% sure all the time. He definitely said that before he died. Well, before the episode ended, and he got caught. And I'm like, all right, so I'm just not gonna waste my time if you're just gonna pull that stunt on me.
The worst part is it's the most big brain thing because like it's just like, dang, how did you? Because Dr. Stone isn't even it. Like,
it's not a battle shonen in the traditional sense.
It isn't, but it's so big brain. And I will say this:
it's literally just it's Chris Angel standing on top of a truck full of sharks and goes mind freak, and then he jumps in, and the sharks don't acknowledge his existence. That's it.
That's what it is, dog. And it works. It's so good. But on the anime community being in consistent crisis, one of the crises that I think are most entertaining right now is anytime a new episode of Attack on Titan come out.
Oh, boy. See, now as someone who has no idea what's going on in that show, all I know is that every single week they somehow get that show to trend. And I'm like, damn, if I look at these trends, I'll potentially spoil myself for when I do want to watch Attack on Titan.
Alright, so...
Like, they got, I guess, the character in the show did something bad, right?
Yeah.
And they got the words, fuck Gabby trending, right? And what I thought was happening was that the Vine chick, Gabby Hanna, was in trouble for something. And I'm like, oh no, bro, she's about to go nuts on Twitter. So I watch her page for like an hour, and she tweets nothing. And I go, what is this trend? So I click on it, and it's about a character from Attack on Titan. Because of their, this is the 4th and final season, right?
Yep.
Because of the events that she had taken place in this season, right? And I'm like, oh, okay.
She did a big no.
Uh-oh.
But it's not even stuff like that. That's actually kind of cool. You know, I like to see anime trending or whatever. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is when you know it's been said in the past. There are My Hero Academia fans, and there's Boku no Hero Academia fans.
Oh no.
There's Attack on Titan fans, and then there's Shingeki no Kyojin fans.
Yes,
Dog.
sir. The two sides of every anime fan base warring with each other and all the other anime fans at the same. It's literally like, what if no one united during the 4th Great Ninja War, and everyone was fighting each other and Madara at the same time?
Like, I think the best thing was, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
The episode of Attack on Titan comes out, bro. And the manga people start getting mad over
Yo, I'm sitting here like, bro, first of all, as someone who knows nothing about the show, I'm sitting here, I look at the manga panel, right? And then I look at, like, the shot of dude's face, and I'm like, I don't see, like, a difference aside from one has, like, just a little more depth, and that's because it's in black and white.
Literally, the difference was black and white in color, and they were like, "He's showing no emotion."
I'm like, this dude looks like he's gone through it for at least 7 years. He looks like a soldier of war who's been thrown away. Like, that's what that face was. And I'm sitting here like, I don't watch the show, but I know how to read emotions.
That entire community was up in arms. I just think it's I will say this though. I'll give the anime community this. When someone says something and they rip into someone as a collective.
Oh my god. Yo, when they unite like the final Rasengan in Naruto, it's beautiful to watch, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna say no names because I don't have a following to defend me yet. Right? But when initials HC says something on Twitter and everyone goes, shut the fuck up, HC, right? It's fun to watch as someone sitting in from the outside who doesn't really know why that take is controversial, right? I'm sitting here going, you might have deserved this, honestly. I don't know if what you said was wrong, but just, you might have deserved this, judging by the reaction. You know, Black Clover, the best shonen of the past 5 years. And I'm sitting here like, no, I don't watch a lot of shonen. But My Hero's definitely better than Black Clover. But, that's my opinion, right? From the jump, boom. Stamp it. You could clip this, quote this, do whatever you want with this, as another person on the internet once said, and then tried to DMCA everyone who clipped it, quoted it, and did whatever they wanted with it.
Like, it's like, I don't know how someone can have that opinion when literally My Hero Academia exists, Jujutsu exists, Attack on Titan.
Jujutsu got the first. I think like it's been a while since I've watched the show, and I'm like the first 2 episodes are some of the best first two episodes in anime. Right, it's been a while since a show did that for me. Like Jujutsu, right away it clicked. I'm like, yo, this show's gas.
I think the last time that happened for me was Attack on Titan. I watched it and I was like, man, I don't even know what's happening, but homeboy mama got eaten. he just watched his mama die, dog.
See, like I would put Attack on Titan up there, but that show sort of got ruined for me because someone decided to describe the show, and I quote, as violent One Piece.
Oh no.
I will never let that go until this anime and then I sit down and watch all of it. It's okay. I got like 7 more episodes before I can start watching Attack on Titan. All right. Also, what's up, Ham85? How you doing? Doing good. Cause I really like the first 2 episodes of Attack on Titan a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yo, this is a vibe. This is a vibe right here.
I think for me though, if I look back at another series that I think does that really well, I think My Hero also. Well, I don't think My Hero started necessarily as strong as Attack on Titan. I think it had
the first two episodes were especially strong in My Hero.
Yeah, they were.
First of all, episode 1 is just la-di-da-di-da. I'm walking down the street. I'm quirkless. That nigga hate me, right? You basically get introduced to your protagonist right away, right? And then immediate violence and conflict, and you go, oh no, how are they gonna deal with this? And then you meet All Might, who goes from fucking skinny shtick man, right? He goes from incel to Chad in 2.5, and I'm like, whoa. And then he punches a goop man to hell, basically, and I'm like, this is sick. And then episode 2 is like, it's a little bit about Deku's like backstory, and then training arc immediately, like, yo, you gotta train. And then episode 3, it starts escalating, and then it de-escalates for like 3 episodes, right? And then you start meeting some of the other characters during that time, during the downtime. I'm like, okay, this is a good way to use downtime in anime. Unlike Black Clover, where downtime you can't tell the difference because everyone is screaming. Yikes! Top 5 modern? I don't think so, buddy.
You know what? I'll say this much. With the exception of season 3 of 7 Deadly Sins, even though the story's pretty good,
it had a strong start.
It was really good. It was just literally the last season. The last season had PowerPoint animation, and it looked like someone smeared their butt cheeks on the screen when animating.
The way homie flipped. that gif will be iconic forever. With homie in like a T-pose, flipping in the air. I'm like, yo, what did they do to this show?
Bro, it's not even their fault. That show got passed on to Studio Teen, and they were like, you got like 4 months, and they were like, oh,
4 months, and here's a shoestring. Have fun.
Exactly. Apparently, the current season is actually looking pretty good. Apparently, according to
that's what I've heard.
What people told me. So that's good. But that's the series that literally
got fucked over because season 3 was supposed to start, but then they got like a weird filler season on Netflix because that's where it went over to. They got a weird filler season that ended with I was about to call him Asta because he's sort of just cooler Asta. Meliodas and Bon fighting inside of a Tesseract to finally prove who's the better one, and they both tie, and that's the end of the filler season. And I go, oosh, I just watched all of that, and that makes me mad.
This is literally it's like that series relies so heavily on action. Like, it's so simply written. It's a good series.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's one of my favorite like shonen out there. It's just like
It's got
the
one.
writing is so simple.
It's got one of like the coolest characters, I think, like side characters in like the whole show, which is Escanor, right?
Oh my god.
Escanor feels like a combination of both Armstrongs from Full Metal.
Oh my
Like he's got the body and basically fight style of like Alex, right? But he's got the demeanor and calm of Olivier.
Olivia, bro, he has the confidence of her too.
Yes.
Bro, like
And he's like, I'm the lion's pride, Escanor. And he fucking he throws a literal sunball into a lake, and the guy goes, I can take that. And it just literally disintegrates.
I like how his ability is basically high noon. Literally at high noon, he's his strongest.
That's right. That's when the sun's at its max.
But I think when you write a character like that, like there's no way they can't be that confident. And then when he goes into his skinny form, he's like, "I'm so sorry, guys." He's a little, pushover. But then he becomes Escanor, and that man walks out. I think he literally told a guy he was fighting. He's like, "You dare step to a god."
That was the same fight where he threw.
Was it the same?
Yes,
fight?
it was the same exact fight.
Like, and he was just like, and dude starts to sentence, and then Escanor just drops it on him. I'm like, there's no way you just wrote this character. Like, he's a walking wall of just.
That's
meat.
right. He's so
like
sick.
the best way to explain it.
He's so sick.
God, he's sick character, dog. Oh my god. But
we were talking about Seven Deadly Sins and forgot that the anime community is probably in the middle of a big gang war right now because Black Clover ends. Well, I guess it might be going seasonal, maybe. So, yo, did you know that show had 15 openings right now?
I didn't know that.
It has like 15 openings.
Why?
I didn't realize it was ongoing. It needed an opening every 3 months.
I didn't know.
Yo, if I look up Black Clover openings on YouTube right now, it'll pop up to like number like, it's either like 12 or 15. Like it's in between those two. Clover.
It's like how
13 openings. They just got the 13th one 4 weeks ago. No, look, man, I watch One Piece, right? I'm gonna be blunt. One Piece got a lot of openings, right? One Piece just got like 20 openings last year. One Piece has been around for like 20 years, anime-wise. How the fuck are you niggas on 13? It's been like 3 years.
Like I'm thinking about that. It's literally like it's another opening like every 3 months. Jesus. This is rad. Heard Chad was here. What's good, Juice Boxing? Welcome.
Aloha. Welcome to the Writer'S Room.
Exactly, where we discuss things. I mean,
we discuss topic. We discuss topics. Sometimes we stay on topic. Sometimes we don't. It's fine.
Yeah, this episode we haven't really stayed super on topic.
This one's gag comedy.
Oh god. I mean, overall though, when I think about the anime community,
it's literally like, yo, your Twitter is regular and now you're in a isekai. That's what it is. The anime community is actually just in the isekai.
It really is, because literally your timeline will be fine, and then it's just like, so let's say Attack on Titan episode comes out, boom, everybody's talking about it, your entire timeline is Attack on Titan, people who you don't follow just appearing on your timeline, you're like, ooh, what's happening?
Yeah, you decided to click on the topic Attack on Titan on Twitter, because Twitter started doing that recently.
I forgot they started doing like I
Yeah,
follow
the
the Sonic topic just so I
topics.
can stay just so I can stay up to date with Sonic news.
Yeah, just
I know what all the other Sonic tubers are talking about without actually following them.
suckers.
But let's talk about the last one.
The
The
last
negative outlook
the
online.
negative outlook online, and this sort of blends into the
Bro,
blends into the first topic.
so originally this topic was like the negative outlook on women online, but
Yeah,
we're gonna break this down into tiers, though.
so it's okay
First of
because
all,
we're gonna make the who gets hated on the most tier list. That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna make a tier list. Come on, who gets hated on the most? I think it's women. That's my pick for number one.
no,
Right? And then
I agree with you.
the subcategory is black women.
Like,
All right,
let's be honest. Black women are at the top. I don't know why. I don't know why people hate.
I don't get it.
I mean, racism.
Well, like,
but it's like,
yeah, but like
but
still,
even then, like I saw this whole thread on Twitter where literally homeboy was just talking about how much he hated black women, black dude, and I was just like, bro, your mama's black. I was like, how
nah,
can
my
you do
mom
this?
different. I'm not trying to smash my mom, bro. That's what
Like,
they say.
like it's just like, dog, you can't have this mindset. It's so counterintuitive. It's so destructive to our community, dog. I'm talking being destructive to our community. It's that, you know, it's, I don't know. I don't know how you can be like that, dog. I don't know how you like you can be like, dang, I hate black women, but my mama black. How do you do that?
I hate black women. Thoughts? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Like, people like that are so inconceivably stupid. But I think the next people after, you know, I want to say women in general, but I can't say women in general because I can't
No,
say
because there's a subcategory of women that will get us banned off of Twitch.
Oh.
So look, you already know who they are. You already know who they are. I'm not gonna say it, but you already know the vibes.
Colonizers. What crazy?
Whoa. Wow. Would you look at this whiteboard I just happen to have here? Wow.
Oh, bro, that's crazy.
A whiteboard. That's
crazy, dude. But let's say black women and then black people in general, bro. Let's just put black people in general, like,
Because you also have to remember, Shaddy, for some ungodforsaken reason, we were raised in a community that sort of teaches us to shit on each other.
But not even that, dog. We've all been in the Call of Duty voice chat.
Whoo!
Bro,
My
it's
God,
just
not
like,
the Call of Duty voice chats.
bro, we've been in the Xbox Live parties. I just need to know.
How dare you talk to me? How come you got the internet, darky? Who'd you kill? And I'm like, whoa, buddy, can you relax? Can
Bro,
you relax?
It's like,
My dad's paying for the internet. Relax. You can't have a dad. You're a darky. And I'm like, whoa.
bro,
Like, this is a little extreme.
what? Is this a real conversation you had?
Yes. I wrote it down in my notes specifically because we changed the topic. I'm like, yo, I have to talk about this one time. I was like, it's just nuts that people can conceive the idea, right, of them being able to have internet, and it's only because of the color of their skin. It's
I need to know. I mean, I know why, but actually, I need to know why the 5 to 12-year-olds know the right slur every time. You can have no mic on, bro, and they just know. They just
yo, my old Xbox Live was actually just it was capital X, and then it was the letter Z, the amount of times that my first and last name make up like actual letters. So it was like 14 Z's, all lowercase, and then another capital X, right? That was my old Xbox Live, right? On that, I was playing Black Ops 2 on launch, sitting here having the time of my life. I'm galley-wagging. I'm getting headshot after headshot. You know, hit scan city, baby. And then, how come this darky know how to shoot so good? And I'm like, whoa, wait, can we? How did you even know?
Back it up here.
Can you? Hey, I report his account. Xbox told me they couldn't do nothing about it. I'm like, what?
I think
what?
I think the wildest thing that happened to me. This was recent. So this is in a little game called Rogue Company, but it's still in beta, and I got a key from someone on Twitter, one of my mutuals.
Shout out to
and
Twitter.
What is this called? I was in a match, first match I played, dog. And this is why I didn't touch the game for a while. Got in the lobby, bro. Got in a 1v3 situation. And dude says, so you don't get banned. You effing N-word. You effing suck. And I'm just sitting here like,
what did I do?
Bro, I don't even have my mic on. You can even guess my voice. First of all, this is my first match I'm ever playing. Second of all,
I would have quit. Be like, I'm good. I don't need to be here.
It's a 1v3, dog. I was the only one on my team left alive, and it was 3 of them. They were just right in front of me. They all just appeared. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we've been playing a lot of Fortnite, right? And it's like when a team just shows up.
Yo, when you're not prepared for the team to just pop up, and I go, ooh.
That's what it was.
Like, I try to do a call out, but my brain goes melt, and I'm like, okay.
Like, that's literally what happened, and I'm like sitting here like, dog, leave me alone, first of all. Second of all, who hurt you this bad to just be indiscriminately racist? I created a new term. Indiscriminately racist. Think about that, dog. He was being...
Yo, is that a double negative?
Oh my god.
Yo, is that a double negative? Hold on.
Like,
because you can't be indiscriminate and racist, can you?
But he didn't know if I was black. He just knew he needed to be racist. That's the choice. He chose.
See, look, that sort of what I said earlier. Some people just choose ignorance, and it translates to violence.
Like, I'm like, who hurt you, dog? Who actually hurt you?
Oh. My goodness. Whew. Like, all right, who's number 3 on the ladder? I think we got to go with the Karens.
Yeah, but they're rightfully like.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying that they're there. They deserve that spot.
Like, they deserve that spot. Like, it's like you can't be that way and just not be self-aware, dog.
I don't know if they know. Like, it's like, do you think it's like the conversation that people will have? It was like, do you think the Terminator knows that it's evil? Or do you think it's just doing what it's programmed to do?
But how are they programmed? Do they just get that programming when they get named Karen?
Oof.
Think about that. Like, what happened for them to be that way? There's just no way. I just think about it. I'm like, there's just no way you could be like this, man. There's no way you can just go onto Facebook, hate every group of people, claim to be the most loving person on the planet, be angry towards anyone who even calls you out on your BS, don't believe in vaccines, like all these dumb things.
We're getting into the subcategories. Like, they're the dark type Pokemon, but now we're talking about the dark poison type.
Like,
the anti-vaxxer Karens.
Who's next though? Who's next after the Karens?
Actual racist people.
I can't say that.
No. Who would you?
Can't say that. I'll probably put. Let me think. Let me think about this one. The reason I say it, not actual racist people are hated that much, because Reddit exists, because 4chan exists, because because we have people like the Quartering who had a very successful YouTube channel and got mad that people were bullying Hitler, a dead Nazi, and we're like, yo, this dude is a bad guy. And he was just like, whoa. Chill out, what you say about Hitler now? Like,
What a crazy sentence.
And then people will defend him. There are people like him and be like, it's just a difference of opinion, dude. And I hate
oh
that.
my god, that should have really been one of the topics, the difference of opinion. I love it when people will go out of their way to say the most wild, obscene stuff and then be like, just my opinion, teehee. And I'm like, yo, who do you think you are?
Bro, sometimes they'll just say things and they'll be like, this is my opinion. And it's like, this is literally not opinion. You claim this, and this, and I can prove it.
I got the tweets right here. You just said there's an absolute fact. Insert quote. Boom. Right there. I screenshotted it for you in case you forgot.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. I think the group that are hated more than them are the SJWs, and I don't feel.
See, we gotta get into the subcategory of them though.
Yeah, there's like different subcategories.
Because like for the social justice warriors, right? There are people who are genuinely trying to like help people like do better, right?
They're genuinely trying to help people do better, but they're going about it in maybe the wrong way or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's the subcategory I'm thinking about. There's actually three subcategories. There's the people who are genuinely trying, right? Like, and they're not like pushy or anything, right? Then there's the violent ones, where they're like, how dare you, man, exist in same world? And because I was born a man and didn't really have a choice in the matter, I'm like, okay, I guess. I'm like, I didn't get the Cyberpunk character select screen, dog.
Yeah, what we do?
I didn't get the genitalia slider, okay?
Oh, right. We didn't get the fetus one or penis too, dog. We didn't get the twos.
Alright. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, yo, I didn't get the choice. And I probably would have chosen this one anyway. I'm comfortable. What were we talking about? We're talking about the SJW class, like the Mass Effect classes for the SJWs. And then there's the ones who don't read what they're saying, and then they just put it out there. They don't proofread nothing. I don't think you guys should be so aggressive. Well, maybe if you weren't so aggressive, I wouldn't be so aggressive. All I said was, don't be so aggressive. I don't think you read your message or my message. I think you're just here to commit to violence, which is committing to ignorance.
But I don't think SJWs are as bad as people make them out to be. The reason I say that is because while they did have like a sliver of like sway, maybe in the early 2010s, like everybody just kind of realized, you know, a lot of them are just loud. That's really it, you know.
Yeah. It's like the loudest corner is the most noticeable. So if you're in a convention, right, and there's 5 corners, you've got the Street Fighter players, and you've got the Mortal Kombat players, you've got the Tekken players, you've got the Smash players, and then you've got the indie fighting game players, and the Smash corner is the loudest. You walk over there and you take a whiff and you go, oof, stinky.
Uh-oh, stinky. It's like I can't hate them the most. I don't think they deserve the most hate, or I don't think they necessarily deserve as much hate as they do. because they genuinely want the world to be a better place.
Yes, it's
It's
just
just like a lot of them go about it the wrong way.
yeah,
That's really it.
yeah, yelling at the people on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram who have no control over what's going on. Not really the best way to get your point across. It sort of just makes you look dumb.
It's like
They've sort of got it, and then there are SJWs that hate other SJWs because they're not as aggressive as they are.
yeah.
So it's sort of self-hate amongst that whole group.
And that's why I said racists aren't the most hated. Think about it like this: iDubbbz got away
With saying the N-word.
with saying the N-word and justifying it to the whole internet as a lanky white dude who is balding.
Balding viciously.
He got away with making a whole group of middle school white boys think that is okay. Think about that.
Yeah.
And it's this pseudo intellectual stand of, well, if one's okay or if one's bad, they're all bad. You know that one that claim that he made.
I love that. All right, so find me 10 racial slurs that are worse than MC, as I'm going to refer to that one.
Oh god!
Find me 10 for a bunch for different cultures that are worse than MC, right? Because first of all, I didn't even understand it until it was explained to me.
I explained it to you.
You had to explain it to me, and I'm like, this is the most.
I see.
Like, yo, my friend was like, he was visiting his family in the South, and he had a cousin who was gay, right? And the way that Southern people get off, like, some of these terms are nuts to me. You know? So he was hanging out with his cousin. He was like, yeah, and some people were walking by, and they were like, you're a little light in your loafers, aren't you? And that means you have less balls because you're gay. So there's not enough weight put into your shoes because your balls are that heavy. Because you're gay, and I'm like, huh?
But that exists, bro.
It's so crazy.
Oh, bro, when I tell you all the slurs that exist, it's just kind of ridiculous. You know, that goes on to our next group, who is, I think, are also hated more than racist people. The LGBTQ community. People just hate them.
You know what? They didn't even come into mind.
I wasn't thinking. I was just like, not until you said that. I don't know. I mean, we all know why people hate them, and it's
I don't get it.
It's decades of bigotry. It's literally just decades of bigotry. And then I'm just like I remember I was looking on Twitter, and dude was literally responding to someone, and they were like, it was a post about something, and they were like, bro, this is racist. And a dude replied and said, I'm not gonna take this from an alphabet person. And I'm like, he just said being racist is wrong. He just said being racist is wrong. And he got attacked for being a part of the LGBTQ.
Yo, he got attacked for existing, which,
like, think about that. They just get attacked for existing, dog. So they're up there. And then maybe we'll put racist people right after them.
Yeah, racist people will be right after them.
Like, that's, but you know, racist people are they deserve the hate. I mean, come on.
Like, I think they're one of the few groups that genuinely deserve the hate. I don't know. If one of your icons is Adolf Hitler, right? And one of your ways to defend him is he was Time's Person of the Year, right? That doesn't mean that they were a good person to be put there. They were just the most influential person that year. Right? Yeah. That's what real defense people use. Like, but he was a Person of the Year for Time magazine. Go read the article about Adolf Hitler in Time magazine. It's no good things.
Bro, think about it like this, dog. It's easy to tell someone why Hitler was influential. Man was literally just walking around Europe and was like, "I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna just kill these people." He was slaughtering Jewish people, right? And because the rest of Europe hated Jewish people, they were letting him
For
get
no
away
reason.
with it. They were just like, there's no reason at all. They were just letting him get away with it. They were like,
I don't get it.
fine. And then like he was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. And then he was just like, hey guys, I'm gonna invade your countries. And they were like, what do you mean? And they were like, oh, we don't want to start a war with Germany. Great Depression. And they were like, okay. And he was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like,
And France had to fight for their fucking lives.
France had to fight.
France was really like a war on literally they were getting invaded from two different angles and had no help. And all people love to say the U.S. the greatest country of all time. This, that, and the third, right? They didn't help France, probably their biggest ally, still, until one of their own ships got attacked. Because the French were definitely helping out during the Civil War. Not the Civil War. Yeah, the Civil War.
No.
They were helping in the Civil War as well. And
but they were helping
revolutionary
until the Gettysburg Address. Dog, the French were helping.
Yeah, because they didn't know.
No, they knew.
They knew.
They knew.
Oh, I lied.
mean, it was common for every country at the time, bro. I mean, like I think slavery just got outlawed in like most of Europe. And that's why when the Gettysburg Address happened, they were like, "Oh, we can't support you."
Wait, weren't they selling to both sides? I think it was both sides.
They were
It was mostly to the south, but
cotton. You don't remember South had cotton, bro.
Yeah.
But
best Assassin's Creed game is the one for $30 where you get to play as the former slave, and you get to murder all of the slave masters. That's the best Assassin's Creed game in the whole franchise.
Powerful. Like, oh my god, who's after racist people?
Regular white people.
I guess.
White people who can't cook and then post it online. that's who's after the racists. White people who can't cook and post it online. I saw this TikTok, right, that said, "Show me you live in the U.S. without saying you live in the U.S." And this white woman soaked the steak in butter. Like one side of the steak was like, it was at least an inch of butter, right? And I'm like, well, at least she'll just flip it over and like not put more butter. She put another inch of butter on the steak, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, these are people who live in the same country as me. They were raised here.
Nah, bro. I just think about it like this, man. I think about it like this. If you ain't Gordon Ramsay or Benjamin Babish, I don't want to see your food, bro. I don't want to see it.
I'm spinning right now. Hold on. If you're not making me video game foods and or some good steak, I don't want it. Okay. That was not good steak. It was the most horrifying shit.
Bro, that's called a clogged artery. That's what that's.
My God, it was nuts. Oof, wow, that's oof. All right, who's? Oh my God, Shadicstick, we forgot about a group. Hold on, it's not regular white people, nor is it racist. It's Spanish people. Then
oh yeah.
Specifically Mexicans, right? Because for some reasons, Mexicans are like the most hated group on the planet. Well, that's what it would seem like here in the United States. Aside from black people, it's Mexicans, right? And I don't get why. I really don't. I'm like, they seem to just mind their own business all the time.
They be doing them, and then they're like,
they're taking our jobs. You didn't apply for that job. Shut the fuck up. You didn't apply. Because if you applied, you probably would have gotten it.
Yeah, it's like, people don't realize that. It's like,
they're taking our jobs. Yo, did you want to sit out in Arizona heat for 13 hours building? No, they didn't take your job. They didn't take your job.
They took an opportunity that nobody else was taking.
it's if, and then there's the thing. Mexicans are like the hardest working people, like in the world, arguably, right? I said Mexicans are probably the hardest working people. Right? That's my take.
They probably, yeah, I think they are.
They work twice as hard for half of what everyone else has.
And it sucks they get treated the way they do.
Yeah, I really don't. Like, it got real bad in 2016 after Code Orange showed up.
Like, it was like, hold up.
It was like, they're lazy, they're rapists, they're criminals. And I'm like...
He just said this on live television in front of me.
I'm like, he said this on live television and people still voted for him.
Yeah.
Without facts, but no facts. Because the facts would have been fudged. If they didn't go in his favor like that, they're lying about the facts. The numbers were fudged. There's no way that I would be a liar.
There's no way I'd be a liar. This news, fake.
False information spreading throughout the world. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's terrible. Do we have anything else to talk about though?
I can't think of anything else. Oh, I'm into Fortnite now, guys. I like Fortnite.
Oh my god.
Fortnite's a fun game. Everyone should give it a try. That's my take.
I'm telling everybody. I'm getting everybody on the way.
See, here's the thing. I didn't realize Fortnite became a better game because I stopped playing in like season 2, 3. Because I played like season 1. Season 3 was like when the Thanos event came out. I think it was either season 3 or 2. And I was playing. I'm like, this is fun. I just wish that my shots wouldn't drop so heavy, right? Because the shot drop was bad in the earlier seasons. You would be playing like PUBG, but then someone would build a tower, and I would be like, how am I even supposed to hit him?
Oh my god. You want to know the irony and all that? We won a match yesterday.
We won a match yesterday, despite the fact that the dude built the Tower of Babel right in front of our eyes.
Bro, we were I think Zach died.
I decided to commit to combat a little too early into the final five teams, right? And the dude shot me through like 2 rocks, and I'm sitting here like, I'm dead now. I didn't know this gun killed me through objects. Otherwise, I would have built it.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna walk forward and hit R2 and see what happens.
And then he shot like 5 people back to back. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I don't know what it was literally like, oh, bro, that you just built. We haven't built that all this game.
Yeah, no, we built like once, and that was to like get up a mountain.
For real, I think that's literally all it was. Like, Fortnite, gas.
Fortnite's a fun game. You don't even have to build to win anymore. All you have to know is how to build like stairs and like a wall.
Like, it's so simple, and people are like, I can't get into it because the building mechanic looks so deep, and I'm like,
it looks deep, right?
I mean, it is when you're super high level.
But what you can do is just hold down R2 and then hit L1 and R1 to switch between what you're building.
Like, literally, people don't realize it's just that easy. It's like you just hold the button.
I didn't even realize. Look, first of all, I thought getting into competitive Fortnite was going to be easier. I was wrong. Holy shit, was I wrong? Wow, that's the nuttiest thing ever. They have like a whole like. It really feels like a football tournament system where like you have to qualify in order to like get into like your local finals, like your area's finals, right? It's sort of like if you're in like the East, you would compete for like AFC East, and then you would have to compete against NFC like West, and that's how you determine which 2 teams get to the Super Bowl.
Basically, that's what it's like.
It's just a big tournament, and the only way to get into a tournament is to do good all season.
They're like, we only want the best of the best.
That's
The
right.
rest of
No,
y'all-
no pollution, which I think more games should start doing, which they probably do, right? But I think like fighting games should definitely take up that model, right? Like fighting fighting games should start doing the thing where like I don't want to say ranked mode matters, but ranked mode there should be a separate mode from ranked, specifically for tournaments, where like they have like requirements for you to like play. Like you need like this, and that, right?
Yeah, and then have like cash prizes and stuff. Or
Yes,
prizes.
that would
'Cause,
be
like,
that would be great because that's really what fighting games need, right? I'm so glad
What
there's a
the
bunch of
fuck?
it's a
The online
it's a
gotta catch up.
the online gotta catch up, and people need to buy Ethernet because if the online catch up and then they don't have Ethernet, it's still not gonna help.
I don't know. Like, it's like on one hand, it's like Ethernet gives you the best connection, but I don't feel like people should have to have Ethernet to make the game just playable online. That's my issue with fighting games. It's like you go on, like, say for instance, I'm on my laptop or on my Switch, portably. Like, I don't always hook up my laptop over Ethernet because I gotta be in and out. I take my laptop, I move them a lot.
Yeah, you gotta watch it go and stuff. I know.
So, and I'm not trying to hook up that 50-foot cord every single time across the house.
I got 50 foot.
Yeah, 50-foot cord. I mean, it's only like 25 feet, but I don't want to.
You don't feel like walking all the way across the house to like put it away all the time.
So it's like I don't want to always do that. Or with my Switch, if someone's playing on the Switch portably, say for instance, that's a handheld console. This is a legitimate thing. How are they gonna do Ethernet in handheld mode? Like, I'm being
especially
honest,
with
like,
I understand what you're saying. Especially with more games becoming like crossplay available.
it's like I think fighting games specifically because I think shooters for the most part have figured out.
See, shooters have basically figured it out. Ethernet helps your shots connect better, right? But like you don't need it in order to do it because I finally figured out how hitbox hurtboxes work in shooters, and it's the nuttiest thing on the planet. And it makes me hate hit scan shooters a lot. Cause what it is so instead of every time you load into a match, the game rendering a bajillion hurt boxes, what it is each gun basically has like a vacuum around it, right? And the vacuum will shoot a ray. It actually works like an arcade light gun, right? Yeah. It'll shoot basically a ray towards that direction, right? And if your opponent happens to be in that direction and one of your bullets hits them in like a vital area, it'll do more damage instead of it like basically, well, like Fortnite, it feels like they're physical bullets, like actually bullets, even though they're still rays. It's just that the ray will stay in that place where you shot it, unlike in like a Call of Duty game, where like I shot you with a sniper rifle from across the map, and since I was hovering over your head, when I pulled the trigger, you died immediately.
Basically.
All right. And I think that's so interesting. And shout outs to IGN, I guess, for telling me that, because I would have never known. Because IGN actually uploaded a video today about hitboxes, hurtboxes. I was like, oh wow, yeah. And they explained the difference between how like fighting games, Souls games, and like shooters would like all use these things, right?
Yeah.
Like they actually showed like the active, like the startup, the active, and the recovery frame, like chart for fighting games, and like and then they were like, even though this seems super complicated for someone, right? You're probably doing it subconsciously and you don't realize it. Like when you're playing a Soulsborne game and you realize that after too many attacks, you're like, uh-oh, I messed up, right? That's you subconsciously, realizing that your hurt box is not safe anymore. And I'm like, that's a great fucking video, IGN. How many views it got? 30,000. I'm like, that's not a lot for you guys. That makes me sad.
Well, they upload like 7 videos a day, so it's fine for them.
It's true.
I think though, like, what I was gonna say. in the grander scale of things, I also think it's like, I don't know. Back on the connection thing before I forget it, because like I wire up as often as I can. You know what I mean? I haven't really been wired up as much recently, only because of school. But like, I think though, at the end of the day, like fighting games specifically need to improve their online. If someone's internet is bad, it's just bad. Also, Wi-Fi isn't always the most consistent thing on the planet. Those are objectives. Those are true facts of the world. But I don't ever find myself on Fortnite getting mad because of my online, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Like, I never sit there, like, the worst I may get mad at is, oh, me and my friend didn't get into the match at the same time.
That's it. Happen. I really do.
Like, I don't sit here, like, an example of a game with, that used to have really bad online, that was a shooter, Call of Duty, because they didn't have dedicated servers. It was peer-to-peer, so...
Oh yeah, so like whoever they randomly, by the way, they would always randomly select the host, which was trash. Randomly selected host is garbage. I don't care. I know that you Call of Duty people have figured out a way, or had figured out a way, to figure out if you guys did want to do peer-to-peer, which of the players in a match had the best connection and make them the host.
But they didn't. But when they got dedicated servers, it fixed it all. But like, it's just like you think about that, and it's like shooters have come this far, and other competitive genres like MOBAs have come this far. You know, they all have, you know, good connection. Why? I know why fighting games are behind, because they don't want to. A lot of them don't want to implement rollback, more specifically the Japanese games.
Yeah, no, a lot of the American-made games have rollback in them. But if not rollback adjacent. See, and here's the issue: like the games that they decided to, some of like the Japanese fighting game developers decide to test like rollback on, are either incredibly old, like Accent Core, right?
Yeah.
KOF like 2002, right? That's how they're testing rollback, right? In these older titles that they can just go around and mess with, and no one would really mind too much, right? Or companies like the big Cap can put it in a game, one of their most iconic franchises, and then people go, I don't like this game. Online good though. And then they decide, well, people didn't buy the game. Online must have had to do with that, so I guess we're just going to keep the way our online is now.
That's so sad, but so
right, because Capcom actually figured out a rollback adjacent thing, right? And they were implementing it in Marvel's Capcom Infinite. That's the game I was referring to. And it was great. It was fantastic. There was almost no lag at all, right? They said if the game did well, they would put in Street Fighter. Game did not do well because they didn't have characters and they had no control over that. They didn't have the characters everyone wanted. They didn't have Wolverine, Storm. Shout out to Disney. Shout out to Disney and Fox beefing it out. And also the game being very heavily Avengers themed and not being able to release alongside Infinity War. Because that was Disney's decision. Instead of just, extending their deal for like Marvel game IPs for like a month. All they had to do was extend it a month. That way it could release alongside Infinity War with all of these Avengers characters and make moolah.
But they said no.
No. They said no. Then they said you have to release the game here. And they were like, okay.
I just think like it's like at the end of the day, I just want fighting games to get better online, because it sucks when you have games like Smash, and while Tekken's has improved,
rollback is 3.
First of all,
that didn't make any goddamn sense. What is rollback is 3?
I think it's 3 frames or something like that, like GGPO or something like that. But I'm gonna say this. They were like 50% of people play on Wi-Fi, 50% of people play on Ethernet.
Yeah, I'm like,
you can decline the Wi-Fi matches. That's cap. That's cap.
Yo, like
50% of people are not on land. I can tell you this because you will not find land.
I think the 50% on land are higher ranks, but you can't get to them unless you accept the Wi-Fi ranks.
And
It sucks because because I was like a green or a red in Tekken, right? Which is like one of like the mid ranks. So like I was basically the equivalent of like silver players in Street Fighter, like silver and gold.
Yeah.
And they randomly boosted me down to like whatever the first. Yeah, first of all, they've never done that before in 5 years of this game existing.
It reset everybody because I remember.
Nigga, I was sitting here like. It says I have 4,000 wins with this character. Why am I here? And now all of the people I was fighting who were on Ethernet, I can't play no more because as soon they play the game more seriously than I do. So every time I get on, I play 2 games against Wi-Fi. He lag, I get off.
Like it's just like their metrics are so skewed because I was just like the vast majority of casual players are not playing on Ethernet because Wi-Fi is convenient. Let's be real. It's like you shouldn't have to hook up this long cord to your console in the modern day and age for the online in a game to be good. But like that's
it's a shame that technology has advanced so far, yet not enough.
Not enough in the fighting game realm, dog. It upsets me because I, as someone who enjoys Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, cannot play that game online. I exclusively play it locally.
That game
now I can't play it because of Rona.
That game is a travesty online. I'm sitting here like, all right, my Ridley's not the best. Right? But I have fun playing him sometimes, right? And then I was playing against someone, and since I didn't want to buy an adapter for my Switch, right, for Ethernet, right, I go to do this move, right? The move don't come out 6 times, right? And then I go offline after playing with him, right? And I do the thing in the lab 8 times in a row perfectly. I'm like, what happened to my reverse aerial online? That's all I needed to kill him. That's all I needed to kill him 7 games in a row. It's my best move. I couldn't get it off because the netcode for the game is just generally bad. I have great internet even when not plugged into a console. Well, like not plugged into like the router, but Jesus fucking Christ, I don't understand. And then Bandai, by the way, it's not Nintendo servers that Smash runs on. It's Bandai servers, right?
Yeah.
So I can't go around blaming Nintendo for their game's internet being bad because all of their games' internets are sort of good. Like Super Mario Tennis Aces is basically the sports game equivalent of a fighting game, right?
Bro, Arms makes me so upset because that game dead, but it got some of the best online I've ever used in a fighting game.
I'm
bro,
shook.
That game will keep you online. You could unplug your router and it'll be like, nah, dog, I got you.
Nah, this is a good game you're playing right now. This is a great game, good game.
Yeah, like it's just honestly ridiculous though that
like all of their like originally owned IPs have great online. Now I played Splatoon when it was free. I was like, oh wow, this is fun, and I don't even need especially for a shooter. I'm like, oh, I don't need like an Ethernet cable to like be plugged in or anything. Game has good servers. It recognizes that my Wi-Fi is great. Thank you.
Dang, we really just talked about online and games for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes, wow, yeah, that's called padding the runtime.
You want to wrap this up?
Hit the outro. All right. Thank everyone in the chat for showing up today. Shout out to my co-host for the Prime subscription. Shout out to IgoHam85 Juice Boxing for the, comments in the chat. Shout out to everyone who stopped by. I saw a couple of you hip hop in and hip hop out. All right, this has been ZDB the Comic and my co-host
Shadicstick.
And we will see you guys soon.